Okay, week 4, Arizona Cardinals against San Francisco 49ers. Niners are favored by 14. Not hard to understand why. However, the model is saying it's going to be a lot closer than that. The raw numbers are going to say it's closer to about a 3 point advantage for San Francisco. Uh, the adjustment is only moderate confident. Overall, it's saying that it's going to be a lot more of an even game. So I'm going to go through and look at some of the rankings. The thing that stood out to me is uh, undoubtedly Arizona is a poor team, but they're not poor all the way around. They've had thus far in a very young season a good uh, uh, rushing game. All right, and then you mash that up with uh, a Dallas that has not had a real good rush defense. And so I'm not saying I mean Arizona I think probably came out really fired up against Dallas. Dallas probably came out flat. I'm sure San Francisco is looking at that saying we're not going to make that same mistake. That notwithstanding a 14 point spread with an Arizona team that showed that they can run the ball against a team that is that's not their strength. It's not to mean that they're bad at it. It means that they can slow the ball down, slow the game down, and beat that point spread. And so with that, I'm going to take Arizona. I don't really think that Arizona is going to beat San Francisco. It's a conference or it's a division, maybe not a rivalry, but nonetheless, it's an in-division game, so it means a lot more. That notwithstanding, 14 points is a lot. And I realize people are going to look at the fact it's a home game, and that could add to it. Thus far, uh, in fact, there was even an article on it last week that talked about how the home team advantage is not showing in the NFL. And quite frankly, I don't think it ever has been as much of a advantage as people would lead you to believe. Let's look at the performance charts. So one of the first things I would point out, notice there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. There is, it shows that there is a potential for the San Francisco running or passing game. And certainly with the receivers that San Francisco have, I will point out that the injury list showed Debo Samuels is questionable. Not sure what that means. Doesn't mean that he's uh, uh, closer to not playing than playing. We'll see. But if Debo Samuel's is not in the game, anytime that man is not in the game, you can expect that offense to not be as good. That's my opinion. I think Christian McCaffrey is another fantastic capability, and I didn't see anything about him not playing. So take that for what it is, and catch up before you make any bet, because that could certainly impact maybe not the outcome of the game, but the point spread. Because if they look at it and say, "Hey, we're not going to, we'll play Debo less because we think we have more of a chance," that could also be a factor. So when we come on over here, so San Francisco looks like they're having a hard time protecting their quarterback. But I would point out that they've got a lot more explosiveness. When you have a team like Arizona that doesn't have a pass game, they're not going to be as explosive. But in this case, when it comes to beating the point spread, if they're controlling the ball, which it looks like, not a whole lot of fumbles, interceptions, they're protecting the quarterback, so they're playing a conservative game and they're running the ball. That gives them a reasonable chance at uh, controlling the ball, controlling the point spread. And if San Francisco comes out and rests Debo Samuel, then I would suspect it's going to be less likelihood of being a 14-point game. Good luck with your bet.